Good morning, good morning. Yo, what's up, Sean? Good morning. Hopefully my stream's still up, bro. My internet is just needs to be fixed. Let me see. I think we're good. How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up? Good morning, guys. Looks good now. All right, hopefully it doesn't drop. NFP release is in 10 minutes. Alright, let me just tweet this link out, send some links out to get some people in here, and then we'll be good. Alright, how's everybody doing? Good morning, afternoon from here, Nigeria. Good afternoon to you then. Boris, what's up? Hello. Katana, good morning. Run it, what's up? Just trading patiently here. No trade for NFP. Yeah, I haven't taken a trade this week yet. There's been no trades for me this week. NFP is sloppy. I'm just not too interested in low probability conditions. You know, why do I need to put risk on in a week that I know is going to be sloppy? Suarez, what's up, man? What's up? Thomas Matthew, more about your course. I'll talk about all that for sure. It's coming soon. I'm about to have the waitlist put out very, very soon. So we're doing a waitlist for, you know, the curriculum for the private group. Really excited to announce that. And the first 100 people on the waitlist will get a promotional code, a discount sent to them at the release of the curriculum in private group. So good evening from the Philippines. What's up, Kenneth? Good evening. What's up? Full port Euro USD. Full port Euro USD. Let's go. Nobody, bro, please, nobody be in trades right now. FB Trader, hey. Ace Ventura, good morning from Africa. That's sick. Okay, let's throw on the chart. Do you guys want me to look at dollar, or do you want me to look at like indices? What do you want to watch for NFP? We got 7 minutes until NFP. Good morning. Sir, do you wait for the third candle to close after reaching internal before going lower time frame, or after reaching IRL you go right through it? The best way that I can describe it is I don't wait for the third candle to close. What I do is once we tag into the internal, here, let me just show you an example really quick. What's like a clean internal move? All right, so like right here is a pretty clean move. So this is a move into internal, right? We have this range. This fair value gap is internal range of liquidity. This low is external range of liquidity. So if we look back, right, we're on the 4 hour right now. So I don't wait for this third candle to close. What I do is once we trade into that internal, once we trade into that area of interest, I drop into the lower time frames. So once this 4-hour internal gets created, we can drop into the 15-minute and we can watch to see price trade into it. So I'm not waiting for the 4-hour candle to close. I'm just waiting for the order flow on the lower time frames within that internal to shift. So at this point, this order flow has now changed state of delivery in whatever way you see it, whether it's a market structure shift, a fair value gap, an order block. We're changing state of delivery here. And so now this is where I'm looking to short towards external, because the order flow has now shifted, right? So I'm not waiting for this candle close. So hopefully that clears up your question. NFP. Wasim, what's up? Nazo Collins, what's up? Are you showing anything? Yeah, you should be able to see my charts. Hopefully you can see my chart. Bullish. Yeah, are you guys bullish or bearish on NFP? Yep, nobody knows. Yeah, NFP will clear things up for us. NFP will definitely clear things up. EU, Dixie, Nasdaq. I don't think I can post a poll. You guys let me know, dollar or Nasdaq. We're either doing dollar or Nasdaq on NFP release. Thank you, sir. The last puzzle in my mind is now complete. What pair is this? This is dollar. It's not a pair. It's just the US dollar currency. NQ, NAS, Dixie, dollar. All right, I see $3. I see 2 NQ, 3 NQ. We're 50-50 right now. $4. All right, dollars up 1. First one to 10 wins. Oh, we got 6 for Nasdaq, 5 for dollar. $7. It's getting close. All right, dollars up. $9 at 9. It's 10. That's 10 for dollar. Dollar wins. All right, we're doing dollar. Sorry for my Nasdaq lovers. I love Nasdaq. I love indices so much. You guys know this, but we'll watch dollar. I mean, it's only right. Dollar's the world currency. You know, it makes the most sense to watch dollar. All right. Let me see what I'm seeing on dollar. Let me walk through from the top down. Zeus, what's up, brother? My guy. What's up, bro? What do you expect? Let me figure it out. I don't even know. I really have not been tuned in, you know, because these are the weeks that are low probability. So I'm not wasting brain points, you know, I'm not wasting mental capital on a week that I know is probably low probability. You really haven't traded all week. I have not. I've been focusing on indices and my intraday model, and there just hasn't been anything high probability, so I haven't traded. Simple as that. Heads up, you got a guy trying the free computer scam in your Discord now. Bro, there's so many of these scammers in the Discord. All right, hold on. Dude, Discord has such an issue with that. Like, there's just so many people trying to scam constantly. Which chat is it in? Bro, that shit is so annoying. Like, excuse my language, but it's just annoying. All right, I'm banning him right now. Imagine wasting all the time in your day trying to scam people. Like, bro is really wasting his time right now in my Discord trying to scam instead of just becoming a better trader, becoming a better person. That stuff is crazy to me. Right? Just get good at trading, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. All right, we got NFP in 1 minute. But yeah, bro, like, imagine scamming when you could just become a good trader. Like, bro, just become profitable, dog. Become a profitable trader. Stop scamming people. That's insane to me. All right. Up or down? What do we think? What time frame should I watch it on? The 1 hour? It'll look cooler on the 1 hour. What do we think, chat? What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Bullish or bearish? Why am I nervous? I don't know why I'm nervous. I want to see what it does though. Lower dollar. Does that mean higher indices? Lower dollar, lower dollar. Drop that thing. Internal to external on the weekly. Beautiful respect towards internal. See how the news is just providing energy in the direction of the draw on liquidity. Beautiful move. Indices got to be flying. Indices got to be flying. Whoever said bearish, you are correct. Yeah. Let's go. Bro. All right. Indices got to be going crazy. They went down. Wow. You would think with a bearish dollar, you would get bullish indices. Well, indices are looking very bearish now. You know, ideally in a perfect world, you want to see indices trade inverse of dollar. Interesting. I would have guessed that they're going up. All right, so looks like we're getting lower indices. I want to explain to you guys my analysis on indices. This is a really, really good learning moment. I want to talk to you guys about my analysis on indices, what I've been seeing. Let me turn this music down slightly. So the monthly order flow is bullish. We have this order block right here that we could have respected, but now we're failing to respect. And so if we're failing to head higher from this area of fair value, then my next draw on liquidity is these lows. It's this opposing liquidity. Because if we're not, you know, successfully offering fair value and heading higher to seek this liquidity, then we're seeking this liquidity. So I'm actually looking for lower indices now that we failed to, you know, shift state of delivery from that monthly order block. This looks like lower prices for sure to me. So at this point the other day, I was saying if we create a new fair value gap higher and we shift bullish on the daily, we may be respecting this bullish order block. This is what it was looking like at the time, but obviously that is not the case. We're failing to head higher from that order block. The daily is failing to shift state of delivery, and so I'm expecting lower on indices. This is how we use the order flow. This is how we just understand what price is saying. You know, it's not about being right or wrong. It's not about imposing my will on the market. It's about reacting to what the order flow says, because everything that you need is reflected in the order flow. Let's look at dollar again really quick. Yeah, dollar just ran to external on the weekly. That's honestly a textbook move. Pretty beautiful. Let's look at the chat. NQ to the moon. Dollar bearish. Down, up, down. NQ manipulate down, then pump up. Dixie down. NQ is going hard down currently. No impact on indices. Time distortion in this correlation between Dixie and indexes. Bro, what did I say? Dixie, sell side, sweep, then up. I'm the best trader in the world. Check US pairs, please. Or US pairs. US 100? Or you mean the USD pairs? EU, GU. UJ all week was weak. Yeah, we just had a sloppy week all around. Not beautiful on daily time frame. Dixie, no bearish for value gaps. Your GBP? What's your GBP doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, Euro's bullish. That's what you can deduce from that. This area becomes fair value. And so if your GBP is going to continue higher, you want to see it do so from there. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Bro, I'm so excited to announce this private group with the curriculum. I've spent like the last month working on a full curriculum, A through Z, about how to be profitable. I'm so excited. I'm about to announce the waitlist very soon. Honestly, I have the website already made for the waitlist, but it's like kind of incomplete right now. So, dollar weekly internal to external was beautiful. Daily was really sloppy, right? The last few days on dollar have just been straight chop, and that's why during these times you just want to keep your distance. You know, I always give the analogy that it's like your girlfriend that's mad at you. When dollar's in consolidation, it's like your girlfriend that's mad at you, right? You can apologize, but until she gets over it, until you give her her space and she gets over it, there's not much that you can do. So I always give that analogy. Any plans for lifetime? No, I'm not planning on doing any lifetime memberships. It's gonna be either monthly, quarterly, or annually. Bro has experience in that field. Yeah, a little bit. Nah, I treat my woman very, very nicely. Is the curriculum for free? Nah, there's so much value in that curriculum, man. I'm definitely going to need to charge. I put so much time into that. It's going to be a private group, a private mentorship group with a full curriculum included. I definitely can't, give that out for free. Literally A through Z walkthrough on how to become profitable. They still be mad regardless. Yo. Gold is heading to 2484. Gold's flying. Is that what you're saying? Gold is flying. We traded into the monthly gap down here. The weekly gap down here. Shift to stated delivery. This is a beautiful 4-hour buy model. And now this area here is holding. I was looking to see if this became a overlapping area. Yeah, it's beautiful delivery. Actually, beautiful delivery. Do you see the difference in clean delivery, clear one-sidedness? You see how different that looks from something like where dollar was recently? Like, let's look what dollar's delivery was recently, right? Do you see the difference in that delivery? Let's look at dollar on the 4-hour. There's such a clear difference. This is what you want to be trading. Clear one-sidedness. Clear for value gaps on the 4 hours. On 4-hour daily, weekly. New to here. Nice one, bro. How long did it take you to become profitable and how well are you doing now? So it took me almost 2.5, 3 years. I've been trading since 2019. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. It is the hardest thing that I've learned how to do. It's so worth it. It's so rewarding. But anyone who says it's easy is lying. Run away. Run as fast as you can, because trading is not easy. It can be simple. You can make it very, very simple. If you look at my charts, it's a gray box and a gray line. I've made it very simple, but it's by no means easy. It was not easy to get here. There was so much time, so much pain that was put into this to get here. I literally slaved away at these charts for years. I honestly had no balance. Like, I lost friends because I didn't have a social life. And that's the truth. Obviously I have balance in my life now, but that is the reality of trading. You have to love it. You have to put so much time into this. And if you're not willing to put the time in, or you don't love it, good luck, because it's, there's a reason 90% of people aren't profitable. You can trade now. Yes, there's going to be volatility injection in price. You can look to trade now. I'm going to look at indices. Now that the news release has dropped, you can trade. So to me, I have a draw lower on indices. I want to see 4-hour, 1-hour PD raise in the direction of that draw to then get short. So right now I'm kind of just waiting. We're just dropping lower. You have this daily, this isn't really a clear or a clean breaker on the 4-hour. It's definitely a cleaner breaker here. Oops. So price is going to go lower If we ever trade higher, we want to see us head lower from that 4-hour breaker. But we might just create a new gap here and head lower from that. It's funny we all come in to make money, but I genuinely love the art of it. Exactly, bro. You have to genuinely love it. It's not even about the money. You just have to love the process. You have to love, what you do. I wake up every day and I love what I'm doing. And that's the important thing. Monetary gain aside, how I see it, this is the truth. This is the truth. Like, the ability to be able to support myself off something I love to do is more than enough. So anything beyond that, any money beyond that is really insignificant. It's more about the time freedom than it is anything. It's about the ability to spend time with the people you love, the ability to not have a boss, the ability to take a day off when you want to and not have to, confirm that with someone or get PTO. That is, what it's all for. So anything beyond being able to support yourself and a family off of this is it's just insignificant to me. That's just my opinion. Sure, it's cool to be wealthy or whatever, but it's not the end all be all. I only follow you in pickles, sir. Now trading is so much cleaner and clearer. Currently trading for 11 months now. Keep it up, man. I love to hear that. That's amazing. Love to hear it. Pizzo, why my chart is different from you, sir? You have to put on contract adjustment. So in the bottom right of your chart, turn on B/ADJ. What's your average R? I just trade for 2R. I hit 2R on every winner. That's all I need. 60-70% win rate. 2R per win. That's all you need to be extremely profitable. If you have anything above a 34% win rate with 2R, you're making money. We had a bag on gold daily time frame. I was trying to short into that London until I got spanked. What's an average week look like? Like outside of trading or like an average trading week? Looks like we already traded into that 4-hour breaker actually and headed lower. Now that I just looked at that. So this area becomes fair value, right? If we're going to head lower, we should do so from here because price has already been efficiently delivered. And so if we're going to head lower, we should do so from there. If we don't head lower from here, then we're seeking buy side, which I don't think, I'm looking for lower prices on indices. This is all that's relevant for lower prices. So we're probably going to create a gap here and continue lower off of that. All just based off fair value, understanding where price has, no reason to return to. What's an average week look like in terms of trades? 2 to 3, sometimes 4 trades a week, sometimes none. Like this week, I literally haven't taken a trade. URL to IRL every time sucks my blood out. Agreed. Time is so valuable. Can you explain breaker block? Yeah, breaker block is just an old high or an old low. This is a bearish breaker block. So it's an old high that gets swept and we trade below it. This area becomes an area where smart money mitigates their orders. It acts as, a rejection area. And so this is resistance, right? So the last down close candle or the last series of down close candles is what we mark out. And this becomes a breaker. I don't know why I just didn't save that. Hold on. I'm gonna write this out as BB. Why do I say NN? BB breaker. All right, there you go. So prior high, old high, the last down close candle or series of down close candles prior to that old high being swept is the breaker. And just inverse that for a bullish breaker. What's up, Hope? Which prop firm do you recommend for swinging? There's only one for futures. It's ETF Diamond Hands. Will you trade all instruments in your private Discord or just indices? I don't trade indices, but would love to. I'm going to do analysis on everything. So I'm going to be doing analysis on everything that from the top down, like I do on Sundays. But I'm going to be calling them out, what things look good. in the private group, but I'm only trading indices right now because it's all I need right now. I'm going for payout on the fundeds, and I have a live account with futures. So can you add Russell to your review list? Sure. Why not? I'm a man of the people. I don't trade it, but I'll add it for you. There you go. Which time frame you prefer for swing trading? 4 hour. 4 hour by a mile for entries. 4 hour entries for swings are just beautiful. Weekly context, 4 hour entry, beautiful swing entry. That is like the highest probability, most beautiful, setup for swings. You trading today if you get a setup, or just chilling for the week at this point? If there's something clear here on indices, I'll take it. If my edge presents itself, then I'll take it. But right now, there's just nothing. There's no 4 hour or 1 hour PD array for me to trade off of right now. And so I just am waiting. There's nothing for me to do. Difference between a breaker and a change in state of delivery. A change in state of delivery is an order block. But what you'll see is when these a high probability change in state of delivery will also be a breaker. And so what I mean by that is a high probability change in state of delivery is going to take liquidity. I'm trying to find a good example. It's going to take liquidity and then create the order block. Where's a good example? So like here, for example, we sweep this swing high. I mean, this is already bearish price action, but it's still an order block. So we sweep this swing high. This becomes a breaker when we close below. So now this last down close candle should be respected by price. This area becomes fair value. We should head lower from here. But if you look at the order block, this is also a high probability order block. So they're just, an order block is a change in state of delivery. So when price shifts from, bearish order flow to bullish order flow, or bullish order flow to bearish order flow. Breaker block is a swing high that gets swept or a swing low that gets swept. And then we, that area acts as order mitigation, and we head higher or lower from there. You did not catch AUD CHF short. I haven't been focused on forex. Can you tell about SMT? I meant futures. What do you mean all futures? Like I'll be looking at all the futures in the private group. All the futures, all the forex pairs. I'll be doing analysis. I'm only going to be trading indices, but you always talk fair value. Can you explain? I'm going to go in depth in the private group. That's something I'm going to say for the private group, honestly, because it's a lot. I have a full video already recorded on that. And so that's just a lot to give away, honestly. How to identify low probability conditions. The easiest way to identify low probability conditions is clear one-sidedness versus a lack of one-sidedness. So consolidating price action is low probability conditions. All right. All right. So now that we're on the topic, I want to talk about the wait list for this group, because it's not fully done, but I mean, it'll look good. We're chilling. So we're launching the wait list for the private group. The first 100 people that join the wait list will get locked in at a cheaper price for a few months. So essentially, on the launch, you'll be emailed a discount code. If you're one of the first 100 people on the wait list to join the wait list, you'll receive a discount code on launch, and you're going to get a discounted price. It'll be 30% off of the normal price. And so this will just be for the first 100 people to join the wait list. This is a private group. Like I said, I'm going to absolutely over deliver on value for you guys. I can't wait to have you guys in there, have a group of, consistently profitable traders and killers in there. And man, I'm just super, super excited for this. There's also a full curriculum, a full course that is going to be included. So, I mean, it's literally a no-brainer. I really wanted to over-deliver on value. And so I'm going to link right now the waitlist. Again, the first 100 people to join this waitlist, will receive a discount code on launch, and you'll get a discounted price for the membership. So I would love to have you guys in there if you want to join the waitlist. The link is right there. The link is right here. You'll receive an discounted code at launch for being one of the first 100 people on the waitlist. And just know that, man, I'm gonna over deliver. I genuinely care about you guys. I genuinely want to, create a community, create a private group of profitable traders. This skill set can literally change your life, and that's the beauty of doing this. I love doing this stuff. I love helping other people because it can literally change their lives. It can be what funds them to pay for hospital bills or pay for their family and support their family. Like, this stuff is insane. I actually get emotional thinking about that. Truly, I truly do. It's such a blessing to be able to do this. And yeah, I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited for that. So can't wait to have you guys in there. It's going to be called Trading Patiently Academy, a full private group, a full private mentorship with a full curriculum, A through Z guide on how to be profitable. So the first 100 people, again, to join that waitlist will receive a discount code at launch. So you'll be getting, 30% off at launch. Everyone else is going to be paying full price after the first 100 people. So would really, really love to see you guys in there. Sign up for the waitlist now. And yeah, man, I'm super, super excited for that. It's going to be amazing. But right now on indices, I'm just waiting. We have this area of fair value, like I said, where we should head lower from if we're going to continue lower. But I want to trade off a 4-hour and 1-hour PD arrays, like this gap, this area here. And so I'm just kind of waiting. If we trade into this 4-hour gap here and shift order flow, I'll look for a short on indices. There should be some lasting volatility in price. But we do have this breaker. So this area, like I said, is fair value. We should head lower from here. If we trade up into this, we should just wick it. We should not get a body close through that because it's an area of fair value, should be respected by price. How do we get on the wait list? The link's right there. And then the first 100 people will be sent the discount code on launch. Bro, you have a problem with links? What's the problem with the links? It should be all good. I clicked, they told me expired or did not click. Did the link work for you guys? It should work. And then yeah, you're gonna be asked to confirm your spot on the wait list by clicking the link in your email. So I would highly recommend doing so. It'll ask you to confirm your email. Everything should work. Awesome. Super excited, man. That's gonna be an amazing group. I'm genuinely so excited for that. We're gonna take your guys trading to the next level. We're really gonna level you up. I'm excited. You guys are gonna love the curriculum. I spent a lot of time on it. No international phone number possible to enter. It appears invalid phone number. If your phone number is not working, try just putting hyphens in for now for the phone number and then just sign up. See if that'll allow you to sign up. For me, it worked. Working perfect. Awesome. I would love to join, but I don't have what it needs to join. Yeah, you're gonna need an email and number. So that we can send you the link at launch and then the discount code because you're one of the first 100. So I just entered the number, can't do it internationally too. You can just leave it out. You can just leave out the number. Just put your email. If the number isn't working for you guys, you can just leave it out. So it's an issue on the back end, something with the international numbers. You still waiting? Damn, bro, I'm already buying gold. Let me look. Is there something setting up? That 4-hour BISI retest was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It just rocketed off NFP. Yeah, email and confirmation worked. Perfect. Yeah, so if the phone number issue is occurring for you guys, just leave it blank. And the main thing we'll need is your email so that we can email you that discount code on launch. And I'm just super, super excited to have you guys in here. I'm grateful to be able to, you know, have an impact on you guys and take your trading to the next level. Phone field is required. The message appears. Phone is required. The best thing to do is to add it if you can, so that we can text you and email you the discount code on launch, so you guys don't miss a code. But yeah, there shouldn't be issues. GC looks good. Yeah, gold looks nice. Gold looks really, really nice. So again, this area becomes fair value. If it's gonna head higher, we want to see it do so from this area. So I want to see if we create a 1 hour fair value gap here. Yeah, gold looks really good. We still have this context to operate in as well. So we have the weekly internal to external on gold. So we still have a clear weekly draw to operate within. NFP has sent this thing higher beautifully. 4 hour buy model. Do you see how beautiful this is? Like, I just want you guys to appreciate the structure of this buy model. I want you to appreciate this delivery, because this is the type of delivery that is high probability. This is the type of delivery and structure that is created in high probability market maker models. You know, when price is clearly one-sided and high probability, this is the type of structure it's going to make. Clear fair value gaps. It's going to create fair value gaps off of fair value gaps. And it's going to have clear structure. You know, this is clearly going up. You could go and ask your little cousin if this looks, you know, like it's going up or down. He's going to say, yeah, it's going up. Right? This is clear one-sidedness. Beautiful delivery. You see how we create fair value gaps off of fair value gaps. Just beautiful price action. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gold. Just got to appreciate it. My win rate is 98%. The 2% are winners. What? Will you take any trade or watching next week? If something sets up on indices, I will take it. I'm not expecting anything to set up. But then again, it's only 9. It's not even 9:30 a.m. Equity's open yet. So I'll take something today if it sets up. I'm not opposed to trading today. Again, I'm not going to force anything. If there's nothing there for me to trade, then I'm not touching it. It all comes down to if, you know, my edge is offered, if my trading strategy offers a winner, or not a winner, sorry, offers a trade. It's not going to definitely offer a winner. It might be a loser. But it just comes down to if my edge offers a trade. Will you continue doing the weekly recaps on YouTube? Yeah, so I'm still going to do the weekly forecast on YouTube, but I'm going to do, you know, everything in depth. So here's the thing. On Sundays, I'm going to do the weekly forecast. I'm going to, you know, continue to do those every Sunday for you guys. I feel like they're awesome. I love doing them. And the thing is, within the private group, I'm really going to go in depth. You know, I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to just absolutely over deliver on value in detail within the private group. So still going to be doing that on Sundays on YouTube, but use your country code for the number +1 or plus whatever it is, bro. Avouch trading patiently will teach you simple and effective lessons. 101%. Love that. Thank you, man. That's the main thing for me, is I want to teach the most simplistic way of trading. You know, if you look at my charts, there's nothing more than a gray line and a gray box on my charts at all times. And so, you know, trading is hard. Trading is extremely hard, but it can be simple if you allow it to be. And I think a common theme that I see with ICT traders is, they're overcomplicating things. They have analysis paralysis. They have too many concepts on their charts at all times. And the reality is you only need fair value gaps and liquidity pools to be able to do this profitably. So for the waitlist, if you guys are asking or if you're having issues, there's a country code picker. If it doesn't work, just leave it out. It should be updated now. So for the waitlist, when you join, you should be able to do the country code picker for your phone. And if that doesn't work, just leave it out. But the important thing is, we need the email, ideally both the email and phone, so that we can send you that discount at launch. But if it doesn't work, if the country code picker does not work for the phone, you can just leave it out. So I'll send that link again in the chat right now. For those of you that missed it, we've officially launched the waitlist for our private mentorship group, along with a full curriculum, a full A through Z course guide called Profitability Unlocked. So the first 100 people that join this waitlist will receive a code at launch for a discounted price. And so it's just, I'm super, super excited. Again, if the country code picker on the phone doesn't work, then you can just leave it out. But ideally, you want to put your phone and the email in. So right now I'm just waiting on indices. But yeah, I'm looking for shorts. I'm definitely looking for shorts. But I'm waiting for a higher time frame PD array to actually trade off of. Because at the minimum, I need a 1 hour PD array. That is just my model. That is my trading plan rules. So at the minimum, I need a 1 hour PD array. I think there's a potential buy in gold, 4 hour fair value at 1 hour breaker. Let's see what you're seeing. Yes, I see the 4 hour gap heading higher from that area of fair value. We have this 1 hour breaker, correct? But I would mark it as this. Thing is, this is a weird breaker to me. There isn't a clear, because it would actually be this. This would actually be it. I just don't really like the structure of this breaker, because it's the last up close or series of up close candles prior to the swing low that's being swept. So it would be these up close candles, but this structure just isn't great. I think what we'll do is we will create a fair value gap here on the 1 hour to head higher off of. So that could be nice in an hour at 10 a.m. A 5-minute entry off of this 1 hour fair value gap if it forms. That's something that I would like on gold. And I actually have one more eval to pass on my funded futures. It's like $500 away. And then I have all my evaluations passed. So I have one more eval to pass. So I might actually take that if it sets up. If it doesn't create the gap here, it might not do it as I say it. That's funny. If it doesn't create the gap here, then, I'm not looking along this right now. So I need to see this 1 hour gap get created to then zoom into the 5-minute and look for longs. If it doesn't, then sucks. NASDAQ may retrace to continue down. That's what I would like to see. Yes, I would like to see NASDAQ retrace to this area of fair value, but it might just create breakaway gaps. There should be lasting volatility in price action because of NFP though. So I'm not opposed to trading today. How many evals do you have? I only have one eval left, surprisingly. I only have one left. It's with my funded futures. I've already passed all my top step accounts. I've passed 2 out of the 3 of my funded futures, so I just have one more. I do still have some apexes that I need to finish. I have 8 fundeds with apex, so you can get max 20 fundeds. It's kind of insane that you can get 20 funded accounts with apex. So I still got to do the apexes. I haven't bought those evals yet though. But in terms of the actual evals that I have right now, I only have one left to pass. I've passed every other one. So just one more with my funded futures, and it's $500 away. So the plan is to risk $250 and hit a 1 to 2 R. I'm just waiting for a clean setup. I haven't taken a trade this week. Could you show us your chart colors? I got you, bro. I got you. Don't even trip. So I also have this linked in the Discord if you ever need to, see it like a screenshot or whatever. It's in my Discord in the resources section. There's a chart color section. But this is my green. I humbly think my charts look beautiful. You know, I don't want to change them. They look beautiful. I love the shade of green. It clearly illustrates, you know, what is going on. I can see it very clearly. So this is the green, and then I use a form of gray, which is this gray. 5-6 or 5D 606B. So for the green, it is A5 D6 A7. For the gray, it's 5D 606B, and then I use that exact same gray for all of the borders and wicks. So body green for the up close candle, down close candle body gray, and then borders and wicks all gray. Yeah, I personally think it looks super clean with a white background. It just looks beautiful. From IRL to ERL, how do we know which ERL to use? Is it the previous high or previous low? Is it based on, right, what you said? You answered your own question. It's based on the higher time frame order flow, and it's based on the lower time frame order flow. What do I mean by that? If the monthly, this isn't a good example because we're failing to head higher from this monthly gap. So let's go back and look at this IRL to ERL because this is a good example, right? This monthly order flow shifted bullish. So we had a monthly, you know, change in state of delivery. This monthly order flow is now bullish, shifting. So we have a move from internal. We have a move from internal to external. So at this point, we want to submit to this higher time frame order flow, the higher time frame trend. And this move from internal to external, we're favoring this external liquidity. So because this order flow has shifted bullish, and because the trend on the higher time frame is, you know, shifting bullish, we want to favor price to respect that internal area and trade towards this external. This becomes fair value. If price, you know, successfully offers fair value, it should now seek liquidity. So it should seek this external. So we're always submitting to the higher time frame trend. We're always submitting to institutional order flow, right? So if this lower time frame order flow, once we trade into this monthly area, you want to read the daily and 4-hour order flow, and you want to see it shift. So until we shift bullish, right? Now that we've shifted bullish, actually we stop hunt and then we shift bullish. Right here, we've shifted bullish finally. We get our fair value gap out of this monthly discount array. We have this order block change in state of delivery. And so now this daily order flow is in alignment with that move from internal to external. So from here out, this order flow should respect discount arrays. And this daily order flow should trade towards that monthly external. And that's really how you're approaching it. We look at NQ. It's overlapping area held. When I say overlapping area, it's two fair value gaps overlapping. It's going to be a fair value gap overlapping with an order block, a breaker block, or a mitigation block. So this overlapping area held sent us lower. The reason I'm expecting lower on indices is because we're failing to head higher from this order block. If we were going to trade higher off of this order block, the daily would have shifted. We would have created a gap here. This is what I was talking about in the Discord. We would have created a gap here, and most likely NFP would have sent this thing higher. This order flow would have shifted bullish on the daily. NFP would have sent this higher. But the daily has now failed to change state of delivery, failed to create that gap and shift order flow. So now I'm expecting this monthly order block to not hold. So what do we want to do? We want to short the internal to external context lower. So once we create new gaps lower, we want to be shorting these lower. We want to be shorting the premium arrays in alignment with that bias to sell side. Otis trying to create an ST, like waiting for 5 minutes for value. Please show how to spot breakaway gaps for sure. Duke trades patiently. That's fire. I love that. I love that, bro. That's a fire name. Okay. Thank you. Just buy the low. Breakaway gaps. I'll talk about it. All right, let's see. What are you guys seeing? What are you guys seeing? I want to see if I agree with you guys. What do you guys want me to look at? Because right now I'm just waiting for a higher time frame PD array on indices. You know, what I would like to see is a 1 hour fair value gap form. We have equities open in 20 minutes. And so I'm kind of just waiting. But what I would like to see is a 1 hour or 4 hour fair value gap to trade short off of. So I'm not opposed to actually shorting indices today, because there will be lasting volatility from NFP. Dixie weekly bag, nice example. Oh yeah, you wanted me to talk about breakaway gaps. So breakaway gaps, there's two reasons breakaway gaps occur. Here, actually, there was a good example in NQ. All right, so breakaway gaps occur because of the PD array matrix. They occur because price is drawing to the liquidity. And so a lot of times what you'll see is when we have a breaker block, which takes higher precedence over a fair value gap, price will fly lower. It will fail to retrace towards that fair value gap. And so we have a weekly breaker on NASDAQ, you know, which is this daily breaker. It's the same thing. This is a breaker, regardless of how you want to see it. This area is a breaker block, and the breaker block takes higher precedence. Here, I'm going to throw something on the chart to illustrate this more clearly for you guys. I actually just had this made the other day. Where is it? And I can't. Hold on, give me a second. I can definitely get it. All right, here we go. I got it. All right, so this is a PD array matrix. The PD array matrix is a hierarchy, meaning things take higher precedence over other things. So this is a premium leg. This is all stuff that I go super in depth on in the curriculum. You know, I go way more in depth. I talk all about premium arrays, discount arrays, PD array matrix, etc. So I'm going to go way more in depth on this. But basically we have this price leg. We have price with premium arrays. We have a breaker block, which takes higher precedence over a fair value gap. So what we do is on NASDAQ, we trade into this breaker. And because the breaker takes higher precedence over the fair value gap, that is what can send us lower. We don't need to trade into this fair value gap based on the PD array matrix. The breaker can just send us lower. So when we have something like this on the PD array matrix that takes higher precedence, this will become a breakaway gap and we will not retrade into it. Now there's another simple way of understanding, and this is just probabilistic, you know, probability based, but there's another way of understanding when these breakaways are likely to form, these breakaway gaps, and it's based on the third candle. So let me find a good example here. Based on the third candle of these gaps, you can gauge whether or not this is likely to be a breakaway gap, whether it's likely to be retested. So for example, right here is a perfect example. We have bearish order flow, then we're getting a new fair value gap and we're changing state of delivery. But this third candle close, this body close on this third candle is so strong. It's telling us that it doesn't want to retest this. It's telling us that this is going to be a breakaway gap. And the way that you gauge that is by viewing the third candle of these fair value gaps. So when a fair value gap is created, it's going to be a 3 candle formation, right? There's going to be a 1 candle. There's going to be an expansion candle. The large body candle is the second candle. It's always going to be an expansion candle. And then the third candle is either going to expand like this and create a breakaway gap, or it's, you know, going to consolidate, set up a move to retest into the gap. So by viewing the third candle and understanding what the third candle is doing, we can get a good feel of if it's going to be a breakaway gap or a retest of that fair value gap. So if this candle was to consolidate and close within this candle's high and just, you know, set up a consolidation candle, then we're going to be like, all right, yeah, it's probably setting up a retest into this gap, whether it's green or black, right? We're just going to consolidate and set up a retest into this gap. So by viewing that third candle, we can, get a good understanding of whether or not this is going to be a breakaway gap. So what do we do on the third candle? Again, if we're watching this second candle's high to see if we close below or body close through it, well, what do? We get a strong close through it. This becomes a very, very likely breakaway gap. And instead, this candle, let's talk about this one now. The exact same process occurs. We get that large body, second candle, 1, 2. And then on this third candle, it sets up a consolidation where the body closes below this second candle. Now that this candle is saying retest, we can get a good idea that this price is now going to trade into that gap to head higher. So by reading the third candle, you can get a feel of what the fair value gaps or breakaway gaps are going to happen. Like, that's how you get a feel for it. 1 hour gap on NQ could be very nice. 4 hour gap is a little bit high. Yeah, the reason I don't think this 4 hour gap is going to get hit is because we have the breaker. So just going back to exactly what I just taught. With the PDRA matrix, we might not want to trade into that 4 hour fair value gap. And instead, we might just create a 1 hour fair value gap to head lower off of. I could be wrong. Obviously we can trade into this and then head lower, but that's just what I'm thinking right now. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, if you guys want extremely in-depth analysis lessons like I just showed you, I don't hold anything back in the private group. I will not be holding anything back. You're going to learn everything that I know. Everything that I've learned up until this day, you guys are going to learn within the private group. So you sign up for the waitlist there. First 100 people on the waitlist. For the new people that are joining the stream, the first 100 people that join the waitlist will receive a promo code at launch. We'll email you or text you or both a promo code at launch for being one of the first 100 people on the waitlist. So I will not be holding anything back in that private group. There's going to be a lot of lessons, all types of stuff. I'm going to be updating the curriculum. I'm going to be doing, webinars, live streams, live trading in the Discord, in there 24/7 answering questions. So it's just going to be the most hands-on, interaction with me you can get. I think it's going to sweep the low of April in the coming weeks. Longs on silver from a 1 hour for value gap. You show this breaker block is formed on the daily, targeting weekly for value gap. Gold filled up that gap. Interesting. Gold didn't create that gap. Yeah, see, we're getting a strong pullback. This 4 hour. Yeah, I'm not interested in this right now. If I was going to consider gold longs, I would have wanted to see a 1 hour for value gap form here off that 4 hour gap. Let me see this from the top down. So whenever I feel like I don't have an understanding of something, or I feel like I need a better assessment, I start on the monthly, I work my way down. So what are we doing? Right now, we're potentially creating a monthly gap. This is the third candle on the monthly. So like we just talked about, what is this third candle doing? Well, right now it could expand. We could create a monthly breakaway gap. We have 28 days to expand. So there's not much to gather from the monthly. From the weekly, where are we at? Weekly bullish order flow. We have an internal to external move. So we have a clear draw towards this weekly buy side liquidity. So I'm expecting higher prices on gold. Right? If I don't feel like I have an understanding of what price is doing, I'm not trading that pair. This feels pretty clear to me that this wants to go higher. We have this daily gap down here. Depending on how this daily candle closes, I don't think it's crazy that we want to trade into that. I wouldn't want to see that. Ideally, you want to just see price expand and head higher. It doesn't need to retrace to that. But what I'm saying is, if the lower time frame order flow shifts here and confirms that, so if the 1 hour shifts bearish, if the 1 hour confirms that we're heading lower, then you need to understand that we can draw to this daily gap, right? So I'm not saying that that has to happen. I'm not saying that we can't just continue higher and expand, because we very much still can, and create that breakaway gap. But if the 1 hour shifts order flow here, right? We're creating arguments for both sides, right? This is what I do all the time in the charts. So if we shift state of delivery here and head lower, then price's intention is to draw to that daily gap. If we continue to expand from this 4 hour fair value gap, which I very much think we can do as well, right? So don't get it twisted. I'm not calling a top here. I'm explaining to you guys how we react to the order flow and react to price action. So if the 1 hour doesn't shift and we continue higher from this 4 hour gap, then we're expecting follow through higher. And we're expecting that daily gap to be a breakaway gap, which as of right now, it looks like it can be. So we'll see. I'm taking a step back on gold right now, just waiting. You want to see price get delivered higher from this 4 hour gap. Otherwise, like I said, I think we could draw to that, which I don't think we're doing. But so this is what you want to see on the next candle, or to close this candle in 40 minutes. 15-minute sloppy delivery. Look at this low resistance liquidity though. They just blasted that through that liquidity. How much is the private group? The private group is going to be, $150 per month for a full curriculum, a full course. People charge $500, $400 for their courses. Yeah, I'm including it in the private group for free. But it's going to be $150 a month for the first 100 people that join the waitlist. They'll receive a discount code at launch, emailed to them. Is there a way to anticipate breakaway gap? I just talked about it. If you weren't in the stream, go back. I just went really, really in depth on breakaway gap. Just explained all of it. Change your bias if you're looking to buy gold as a trap. We might want to retrace in a daily internal now. Exactly. Stunner understands. So I'm not calling a top, but I'm saying we need to react to the order flow. So if the order flow shifts bearish and confirms that we're actually heading lower, then you need to understand that we can draw to that daily gap. Is there actual one-on-one interaction in the group? If you're talking about one-on-one calls with me, I'm going to be doing just paid calls, because that is so much time investment on my end. You got to understand, man. I have so much going on. I'm a busy person. I'm also trading full time. I can't be doing one-on-one calls with everyone constantly. And so that's going to be a whole separate thing. If you want one-on-one calls with me, that's different. There's going to be one-on-one interaction with me constantly in the group, in terms of I'm going to be guiding everyone, answering everyone's questions. Ask me questions all the time, I'll answer. We're going to be doing one-on-one interactions in the live streams where I'm answering all your questions in the lives, but the actual one-on-one sit-down calls, the one-on-one sessions, is going to be a separate thing, because that's so much time investment on my end. I have to be fair to myself. Do you believe in learning, master, and trade one pair versus just peeping around for good setups in any chart? I think both work. TP says gold top is in, sell everything. Nah. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just framing both sides here. I think it looks a bit 50-50 to me. We can very much head higher off of this 4 hour gap. The 4 hours bullish order flow. I think we very much can still continue higher. I'm not calling it top. The point that I was trying to make is being fluid with price. So if we got a clear shift on the 1 hour, then you need to, readjust. You can't just marry the longs, right? So that's the point that I was trying to make. But I do think that we can just continue higher. Now, there's nothing yet. There's literally no signs for bearishness yet. This order flow hasn't shifted bearish. So there's nothing that is confirming that we're going lower. So don't get that twisted. I was not calling it top. Let's make that very clear. Just trying to give you guys a nice lesson on reading order flow, because every single time frame acts as a compass for price. But right now there's nothing that's saying short. There's nothing. Monthly order flow, bullish. Weekly order flow, bullish. Daily order flow, shifting bullish. 4-hour order flow, bullish. 1-hour order flow, bullish. See what I mean? CB, yeah, I'm already doing the one-on-one calls. There's a link for that as well. If you're in the Discord, if you want to just send me a message on Discord, I'll send you a link to book a one-on-one call with me. But yeah, those are a whole separate thing. How do we make sure that price has swept the real liquidity and will not be the liquidity anymore? You have to understand from the top down what price is trying to do. So to understand when there's just a liquidity sweep is reading the candles. It's reading the respect or disrespect of these areas. And understanding from the top down what price is trying to do. But yeah, I think this can go higher. Anyways. We failed to make that gap lower. That's sad. I wanted that fair value gap. A 15-minute gap is going to send this thing lower probably. If you're a scalper, if you're a 1-minute scalper guy, could be a setup. I don't use the 1 minute. I'll do it for fun to show you guys. But this looks like it could be setting up a nice sell model here. A clean sell model off the 15-minute gap. I don't use the 1 minute. But this is the thing about the 1 minute, man. The structure looks so nice on the 1 minute. Like, this looks so clean, bro. This is why I don't like the 1 minute, man. It looks so good. It always looks so good. Like, this structure for a sell model on the 1 minute looks gorgeous. But the 1 minute just induces me. You know, I've been trading the 1 minute for a while. I'm profitable trading the 1 minute. But at the end of every single week, after using the 1 minute, I feel exhausted. Like, it feels mentally taxing for me when I use the 1 minute. But the setup looks nice if you're going to take a scalp. Potentially could. We do have this 4-hour SIBI up here, but I think that that can become a breakaway gap because of this breaker block. So because we have this breaker block, again, that takes higher precedence. We've already tagged into it and headed lower. I think that we might not want to retrace to this gap. We'll see though. It depends on the order flow. It depends on if price wants to head lower from this 15-minute fair value gap. The 1 hour is just so, the 1 minute is just so like, it just always looks good. Like, it just always looks clean. And I don't like that because to me it's deceiving. But when the 5 minutes clean, when the 5 minute shifts and the 5 minute looks clean, it's not deceiving. It's very accurate. When the 5 minutes clean, you're going to be aligned with the move. It's going to be a winner most of the time. I'm just playing. I know you aren't saying top. Yeah, it's all good. I just wanted to make that clear to you guys. Bro, Bitcoin is respecting the weekly for value gap, so can we expect it to take the weekly high? Let me look at it. I want to see what this 1 minute does. Because if this doesn't head lower, this is exactly what I mean by it looks so good, but it's just not high probability. I don't like the 1 minute. You want to see this 15-minute gap respect. Otherwise, we may be heading towards that gap. From there, this area acts as fair value. You want to see this wick and then head lower. So I would be fine with that. If we trade into this area and then the 5 minute shifts, that would be a short for me. So I'm actually kind of hoping, I'm kind of hoping that we trade higher. That would be nice. Because then I have a PD array to trade off of in short. And then I'll actually have a valid setup. The other scenario is we respect this 15-minute gap and we head lower. So those are the two scenarios right now. If we're going to respect this 15-minute gap, this 1 minute is not going to shift bullish. This 1 minute is going to, continue lower from here. So those are the two scenarios. I'm calling this out live for you guys. This is how we view order flow from the top down. This is how we view price. This is how we react to the order flow. All things that I teach within the private group. This is just how we do it. We're calling it live for you guys. So it's either we get lower from this 15-minute SIBI. This 4-hour becomes a breakaway gap because of the breaker. Or 15-minute SIBI fails. We trade higher into this area. And then I'd be looking for a short. Now, do you see how I'm making arguments for both sides? Do you see how I understand what price can do and I just react. I don't have a ego. I don't have a need to be right or wrong. You know, I'm calling these things live for you guys, but I don't feel like I need to be right. I don't feel like I need to be, you know what I'm saying? It's reacting to price. It's understanding what order flow is saying. And so when you take your ego out of it and you allow yourself to detach from not only the trade outcomes, but from being right or wrong about the market, you can allow yourself to just be in flow state and just react to what it's doing. So everything that I'm doing is a reaction to order flow. I'm reacting to what price is saying. I'm reacting. I'm not imposing my will on these markets. This 1 hour sell model looks nice. But I don't trade the 1 minute. So I don't break my rules. Just kind of reading order flow for you guys. Check EuroCAD, super clean weekly 4 hour played out London AM. One of the cleanest setups I've seen in a while. Didn't take as NFP, but tape read it. Love that, yeah. So NFP makes that invalid, like you said, but it probably was really clean. You know, NFP provides volatility injection in price. You're gonna get strong one-sided moves on days like NFP. Dang, man. We're gonna respect this Sibi. There's a nice internal to external move. If you're a scalper, man, this looks good. 1 hour sell or 1 minute sell model. Structure looks really nice. What do we have right here, boys? Or ladies and gentlemen, what do we have right here? A unicorn. Beautiful, beautiful. Looks really, really nice. Again, I don't trade the 1 minute. The 5 minute to me is all that I need. But we'll see if this plays out. Those are the two scenarios for you guys. We pay on WAP now. Nah, you won't be able to until I launch. Unfortunately. But you'll be locked in for discounted price if you join the waitlist. Looking forward to private group for real. Man, I'm looking forward to it so much. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to, you know, change your guys' trading. Bro, if you have taken this trade with your TP2R low. Yeah, so if I was to take this, again, I didn't take it. But if I was to take it, this would have been my trade. All right, so I trade unicorns. A stop would have covered, you know, this high or slightly above the breaker, and I would have just targeted 2R. I would have just got tagged out, actually. And this is not hindsight. That is how I would have traded it. That's how I trade. I trade the unicorns. I cover the breaker. And then I target 2R. So I actually would have just gotten taken out. But again, I don't trade the 1 minute. I don't need it. Can I do it? Absolutely. Do I want to do it? I don't think I need to. I think less is more. I think simplicity scales. I think that I don't need the 1 minute. But, I mean, we just called this live for you guys. If I wanted to, I could. I don't want to. I don't need to. The 5 minute offers me more than enough. And so my entry would have been on this unicorn at the breaker. And then I would have just targeted 2R. So that would have been a beautiful short right here from the 15 minute Sibi. So it's 15 minute internal to external. That's our PD ray. Then we have our 1 minute sell model unicorn entry. Really, really beautiful structure. Why is this a unicorn? It is the breaker, right? We form a 1 minute breaker. We hunt the old high, stop hunt, and we trade lower directly through it. We create a fair value gap through it. So now this becomes a unicorn because it's a fair value gap aligned with the breaker. Now we're looking for price to draw towards this 15 minute sell side, the external on the 15 minute. That would have been a beautiful short. But again, I don't trade the 1 minute. If you want to do it, you can. I'm not going to sit here and say you guys can't trade the 1 minute. You definitely can. We all have different personalities. I am the type of person where it overwhelms me almost. Like at the end of the week, I feel exhausted because it just takes more mental capital. And to me, the 5 minute offers more than enough setups. So I just don't see a reason to do anything other than that. And when you're trading the 1 minute, you need to have it in context of everything constantly. So the 1 minute, I need to understand the 15 minute, or in the 5 minute, I need to understand if there's a 5 minute gap up here that we can trade into. Or we're setting up a 5 minute gap in the next 5 minutes that we can potentially trade into. 15 minute, do we have a 15 minute gap? We're expanding on the 15 minute right now, so there's no 15 minute gap right now. All of that needs to stay in context from the top down, and it just gets kind of exhausting. Like by the end of the week, I feel like kind of exhausted, and that's why I don't trade the 1 minute. It's not because I can't, it's because I don't want to. There's levels to this, right? You need to do things that allow you to preserve your mental capital. You need to do things that allow you to put your focus on your psychology and your risk management. And so if your trading is overwhelming you, if your trading makes you feel burnt out or exhausted, then you probably shouldn't be trading that way. So for that reason, the 5 minute is my minimum. The 5 minute gives me everything that I need. This should be a breakaway gap like we talked about. This candle expansion is closing low. Definitely not expecting that to retrace anymore. 5 minute gap is getting created here that we could potentially head lower off of. See if it creates the gap on the 5 minute or not. There's a 5 minute breaker. Let's see. Actually, a 5 minute unicorn that's forming, but I'm not interested in it because there's no PD array to trade off of. I need a 1 hour or 4 hour PD array. I use fair value gaps or liquidity pools. This isn't a valid setup for me. We're just reading price. We're calling price live. We fail to create that 5 minute fair value gap. Let's see. You want to see this breaker hold if we're going lower? This breaker should hold. If it's going lower. Just reading lower time frame order flow. I'm gonna remove the 1 minute from my chart. I don't need that. 4 hour is respecting, like we talked about. Everything right now is still saying bullish. Monthly, bullish. Whoops. Weekly has this SIBI right here. We should be drawing to. Daily, internal to external, just not very clean. If you have to adjust the axis like this, it's probably not that clean of a fair value gap. Four hour. Pretty similar to gold. Da-na-na-na. Is your 2R the same every trade? Not point wise, no, it is not. It's 2R from where my stop loss is. So the point amount, the amount of points per trade is going to be different, but it's always 2R, meaning it's always double what I'm risking. So I'm risking 1, I'm always making 2 on my winners, but it's going to be a different amount of points. Right, yeah, it can be a different, it can be 20, it can be 50 on NQ, it can be, yeah, it depends. It's not like, I don't do like a set point amount, because to me, I base my stop losses, I base my trades off the order flow, and the order flow is always changing. So it's about winning double my losses. So 2R every win, but the point amount changes. Whoops, I just hit my mic. Can you go in gold and see if there's a shorting opportunity? I'm not seeing much on gold right now other than long. We'll see though. We have the 4-hour BISI that can still send it higher. I'm not ready to flip short on that. Interesting. We're not heading lower from this 15-minute SIBI. Question is, do we want to trade into this 4-hour gap? Well, let's see how this 4-hour candle closes in 20 minutes. I'm going to set an alert here. NQ is stronger right now. NQ actually looks like it wants to trade into that gap for sure. We're failing to head lower from this 15-minute SIBI. Now this 4-hour gap is definitely a draw on NQ. I want to see this trade into this. This may be a valid short for me, so I'm going to be watching this. Let me I'm going to log into my account. I'm going to log into my futures account, so give me 1 second, really quick. And then we'll be right back to the charts. I'm just covering my information. Because this might be a valid short, so I actually am not logged in. All right, chart. What symbol is that? This is NQ. This is NASDAQ. This is currently the NASDAQ. So if we trade into this 4-hour SIBI, this area here, and then we get a 5-minute unicorn, I will short that. I will definitely short that. ES looks weaker as of right now. But on the higher time frame, I think NQ has been weaker. Yeah. Interesting. $15-minute breaker didn't hold. Price maybe exactly. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. It's 4-hour for value gap. This is a draw. I should send it lower, hopefully. If we get my entry model within the 4-hour fair value gap, I'll short it. Because it is a red folder news day with NFP. NFP is already released. We should have lasting volatility in the market. So if we were going to head lower from this 15-minute gap, we should have done so. On this candle, honestly, we should have continued lower. This to me looks like it's drawing higher in the short term. No 1-hour for value gaps. This 4-hour gap right here. Right, so this high should get hunted into that 4-hour for value gap is what I'm seeing. That's what the order flow is saying right now. So do you see how I'm reacting to order flow? There's not a need to be right or wrong. It is just a constant flow state. It's a constant reading what the order flow is saying. It's never this needs to happen. It's never this is happening. It's always just this could happen or this could happen. The order flow is saying this is likely to happen. The order flow is saying that is likely to happen. This is how you have a flow state with the market. This is how you consistently understand what the order flow is saying. So if the 15-minute doesn't disrespect this SIBI, then we may head lower. But if the 15-minute disrespects the SIBI, we get a body close through it, then we're likely drawing higher towards that 4-hour fair value gap. This is how we read the order flow as a compass. Do we disrespect or do we respect this SIBI? Constantly just reacting to order flow. Would you not be concerned about the bigger 4-hour for value gap above on NASDAQ? I'm not too concerned about this. I think that we can head lower from here. Why? Because of fair value. So let me explain this. This is actually a great question. This is a great teaching experience here. The reason I'm not concerned about this gap is because I don't think that we need to trade higher into this. Why do I think that? Because price has offered buy side and sell side here. So if we're going to head lower, we should do so from here. So all of this price action right now shouldn't be relevant from like here down. So that is why I'm not expecting that gap to get traded into. This is by understanding fair value. This is by understanding, you know, how price delivers efficiently. Again, full course, full curriculum going into this. You know, there's a full video within the curriculum talking about this. So that is why. If we're going to head lower, we should do so from here. What about that 4-hour breaker? Could trade back into that. Yeah, this breaker right here, overlapping with the... It overlaps to the fair value gap. That's exactly what I mean. If we're going to head lower, we should do so from this area. We should just wick this and head lower. Four-hour for value gap and GU. I'm looking for shorts. Am I correct? Monthly order flow, bullish, weekly, trading into this overlapping area. We have bearish dollar, so we're looking for higher GU. GU offer discount of this range. 4-hour is shit. Yeah, I'm not seeing the shorts, bro. I'm not seeing the shorts. 4-hour shifting. I'm actually seeing longs from this 4-hour gap. This 4-hour order flow shifting. All of this liquidity should get targeted. So all of this, the trend line guys, right? This is all liquidity. And so I'm actually expecting higher GU. EU is even stronger than GU. Yeah, EU and GU look nice for longs. I'm seeing longs, not shorts. Bearish dollar, bullish AU, EU, GU, and NU. Weekly internal to external context. 4-hour changing state of delivery. 4-hour shifted bullish here. So I'm seeing straight longs. I see no short idea. I'm not trying to talk bad on the shorts. I'm just saying this is my thought process. So hopefully that helps. TP, so if you have a higher time frame PD array, your entry requires you to have a unicorn. Do you ever use STN like REO or inversion for value? I just use unicorns. I just use order flow shifts. Just read the fair value gaps. Everything that I do is just based on the fair value gaps. I read the order flow. What's the order flow shifts? For me, what I do on indices is I just wait for a unicorn. Interesting. It's respecting the 15-minute SIBI. Interesting. We're still respecting it. There's been no disrespect of that SIBI at this point. The bodies tell the story. So what are the bodies of these candles saying right now? The bodies are saying we're still respecting. So right now the order flow, it's saying that we're still respecting that SIBI. Bodies are respecting the SIBI. Bro, did you take lower time frame confirmation if you're trading on 4-hour time frame? No, I don't. No, I just trade off the 4-hour. If you want to do that, you can. Like if you want to trade off the 4-hour and then wait for the 15 minutes to confirm the 4-hour, you can. I don't do that. I just trade off the 4-hour or 1 hour. But I get what you're saying. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. Is there any difference between unicorn and silver bullet? Yeah, there's two different silver bullets. I don't know which one you're referring to. There's a silver bullet time window that ICT teaches, and then there's a silver bullet, which is stage 2 of the market maker models. A breaker and a fair value gap is a unicorn. So a unicorn is like an entry model. Silver bullet is either that time window or it's stage 2 of the market maker models. I don't know why there's 2 different names for it. I think it's dumb. There should have just been one silver bullet. It's really confusing, but it is what it is. I guess we blame ICT or his community for that, but it's all good. But yeah, that's so confusing when people say silver bullet. I'm like, which one do you mean? Because there's like the time frame that he teaches, the time range, and then there's stage 2 of market maker models. So when I think of a silver bullet, I'm thinking of stage 2 of market maker model. In that 15-minute, would you be looking for the unicorn on NQ? If I trade on the 1 minute, yeah, I would be. If I was trading off the 1 minute. The 1 minute is just so deceiving to me, which is why I don't like it. Because this structure looks so good, and we just traded higher into this order block. The 1 minute to me is deceiving. The 5 minute, when it shifts, the 5 minute when it confirms what we're doing, it is real. Like, it is accurate. It is not deceiving. When the 5 minute talks, you listen. That is how I feel. That guy ICT makes you look dumb because all the things he mixes and the way he talks can make you sleep. Now, ICT, I will say he's not the best teacher. He rambles a lot, but he's an amazing marketer. He's an amazing, I don't know. He's just really good at what he does. He's great at marketing. He's like the godfather of all this. Means in GU 4-hour fair value up creating, so entry directly on that fair value. Yeah, I would prefer EU over GU because EU is more bullish, but EU and GU both look good for longs. Weekly internal to external context, EU just looks a lot better. It's stronger. So if I had to pick one, I'm longing EU. For sure. For sure. But right now, I get that there's nothing right now. Indices are just playing, man. For anyone that is new to the stream, join the waitlist. First 100 people on the waitlist will get a discount code emailed to them at launch. It's the last time I'm going to say it for anyone new that joined the stream. The link is right there to join the waitlist. If you haven't already signed up, you got to, man. You got to. It's going to be an amazing, amazing community. We're going to take your trading to the next level. And the first 100 that do it will get a discount code at launch. So it's a no-brainer. You're getting a full curriculum, full private group, direct access to me. Gold not giving, I'm going home. See y'all next week. All right, bro. Yeah, there's not much. The 4 hours respecting. Still expecting higher on gold. I'm changing my name to Trading Patiently Disciple. That's fire. I love it. I'm happy to help, man. I'm excited to have you in the group. Excited to, take your trading to the next level. TP, I want to make sure I understand. If you're trading a 4-hour PD rate or daily, for example, are you looking for a unicorn specifically on that time frame? Are you dropping to a lower time frame? Yeah, so Again, all of this will be taught in the group, but if there's a 4-hour PD ray, if I'm trading intraday, I'm dropping into the lower time frame to look for the unicorn on the lower time frames for an entry. So if I'm intraday trading, I'm trading off the 4-hour PD ray, entering on a lower time frame unicorn. But if I was swing trading and I'm trading off a weekly PD ray, then I'm waiting for the 4-hour to have a unicorn, and I'm entering off the 4-hour unicorn. Are you able to have one time a week for us who doesn't have money to enter the Discord? That's why I do all the free stuff, bro. That's why I do all of this. That's why I have the free live streams like this. That's why I have the weekly forecast for free. I have my Twitter. Everything that I give out on social media for free is for the people that, you know, can't join the Discord, for the private group. But if you want the shortcut, if you want nothing held back, if you want everything in detail, that's what the Discord, the private group is for. I'm still doing all this for free for the people that can't join. That's why I'm still doing the live streams and the weekly forecast. You know, I don't want to hang you guys out to dry for anyone that can't afford to join right now. But for the people that want that extra sauce, that want the hand holding, the shortcut, shortened learning curve, that's what the private group will be for. But take a look on Bitcoin. Yeah, I want to see. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. Chop on the monthly, pretty sloppy. We swept this sell side. Internal to external on the weekly looks nice. Whoops. Yeah, this looks good. Daily, 4-hour shifting. Yeah, this looks good. 4-hour breaker, right? What did we just talk about? When there's a 4-hour breaker, it takes higher precedence over the fair value gap. So this 4-hour fair value gap became a breakaway gap because the breaker sent it higher. This is how the PD ray matrix works. So that 4-hour became a breakaway gap because of the breaker. And so this should expand higher. You want to see this now create a new fair value gap higher. But yeah, the longs look good. I'm seeing the longs on Bitcoin. Should I expect price to take the weekly high? You want to see the 4-hour create a new fair value gap higher, but yeah, this looks like a internal to external move to me. I'm seeing the idea for sure. Respecting that Sibi, we're going lower. Interesting. There's not much to do, man. It's gonna be a week of no trading for me. That's crazy. I haven't had a no trade week in a while. Dun, 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 dun. I'm long on Bitcoin on the breaker. Interesting. I wanted to see a 1-hour for value gap get formed here to short this, but right now there's just nothing for me to do. I'd just be waiting. There's not much to say, not much to do right now. I would be walking away from the charts, going and having breakfast, going and getting some sun or something. That's how I do it, and I'll set alerts. I just kind of incrementally check. You know, the only times I'm interested in the charts are when they have higher time frame PD rates for me to trade off of. And so at the moment, there's just not much to do, which is the reality of trading. That's why the name is trading patiently, because you have to trade patiently. You have to be able to wait for your setups. It's just the reality of trading. this area becomes fair value. Right, like we talked about, 4-hour candle close respected that area. It's looking like this wants to just go lower. What is your view on UJ and CJ? Will the trend continue further down, or it will move up to IRL soon? Right now the negative for non-farm payroll is pushing. Bro, I can't read right now. Right now the negative NFP is pushing both down. Will the trend continue further down, or it will move up to IRL soon? UJ. We're bearish dollar, and so we're going to be bearish on UJ. Right now, there's no signs that this wants to retrace. How do we understand that? By viewing the 4-hour order flow. It's just creating new fair value gaps lower. It's not bullish order flow. So right now, this is just pointing lower. There's nothing here saying that this wants to retrace right now. CJ, was that CAD JPY? Yeah. CAD yen. Same thing. Nothing right now is saying retrace on them. So if we're going to retrace, the 1-hour and 4-hour order flow is going to shift bullish to start retracing. But right now, this is just saying lower. It's creating breakaway gaps. No clear expansion lower. Nothing is saying retrace yet. See how this third candle closed significantly lower with a strong body close? This becomes a breakaway gap. If this daily gap setting up looks like a breakaway gap right now, this daily gap setting up was a breakaway gap. And so right now, nothing's saying really retracement from the 1-hour and 4-hour. If we retrace, it could be to this to potentially head lower. But if we shift order flow, then it's saying retracement. So you want to see what price does. You want to see if we, head lower from this 1-hour CIVI on CAD JPY, or do we disrespect it and shift bullish? So that's what I'm seeing. You have this 1-hour CIVI we could potentially draw to. You have the 15-minute CIVI here. Just kind of reacting to order flow. This is just sloppy. I'm not a fan of this price action. Yeah, just not seeing much right now. Crude oil. Monthly trading lower. I'm looking at the sell side as the draw. Weekly breakaway gap again. Clear expansion lower. Daily stop hunt. This area acts as fair value. So you want to see price head lower from here if it's going to do so. Should head lower from this area of fair value. Crude oil looks good for lower. I'm not seeing much right now. Low probability. I just feel like I'm wasting brain points looking at this price action. I'm not going to put on a trade right now. Based on how you're explaining to us, it seems like we must observe the dollar to know the move of other pairs. I think I'm going to start doing it also. Absolutely. So for the major currencies, USD, Euro USD, USD JPY, USD CHF, etc., you need to be factoring in the direction of dollar, where dollar is drawing to. Right? You need to understand dollar if you're going to be trading the majors. So absolutely, I think you should start doing that. For sure. Dollar is the world currency. So understanding what dollar is doing means understanding what everything else is doing. But yeah, bro. Don't waste brain points. You need to understand how to not waste your brain points. Understand when price is clean. Understand when it is dirty. When it is not clean. Right now, don't love this price action. There's just no 1 hour, 4 hour PD race for me to trade. And so there's just not much for me to do right now, even after NFP. If there was something that set up, then I would have traded it. If dollar is bearish, what happens to indices like NAS? In a perfect world, when indices and dollar are in sync, they should be trading inversely to dollar. But for a while now, they haven't been really correlating with dollar. But in a perfect high probability, symmetrical type world, they're supposed to trade inverse to dollar. I'm excited to see what the data is at the end of this month. I had a really good month last month in July with this trading plan. But I'm excited to see what the frequency and data is for this month. If on majors will refer to dollar, what do we refer on when we're trading? You refer to the currencies in the pair. So pound and yen. What is there to do? I'm just twiddling my thumbs, bro. This is when I'd walk away from the charts. This 1 hour SIBI might set up. This is the expansion candle lower finally. Now we're getting a move lower. So if a 1 hour SIBI forms on this third candle, then potentially there's something there. But right now it's going to take 2 hours. So I would just be walking away. Do you guys see how patient and selective I am? This is how, you need to be. You need to understand what your edge is, what you're looking for. And if you're not getting that at a price, then you're not trading. That's what it comes down to. Dixie has arrived into the point of interest. Which POI? Dixie's dying. I don't see any point of interest right now. There's just nothing. It's just dropping. It's expansion lower. All right, well, I mean, there's not much for me to do right now. I don't want to waste you guys' time. I don't want to waste my time. So I feel like we had a fun live stream. We watched the release of NFP. I'm not taking a trade this week, most likely. We will be live streaming again next week. We will have a full weekly forecast on Sunday. So be ready for that. Going to be a great weekly forecast. I'm so grateful to have you guys tuning in, watching what I'm doing. Thank you for showing love and supporting me. Again, last time I'm going to say it. Just sent the link to join the waitlist for my private group. If you haven't signed up, absolutely do so. Sign up for the waitlist. You will get emailed a discount code on release to join the private group. That being said, like I said, weekly forecast on Sunday. We do that every Sunday without fail. So we'll have the weekly forecast this Sunday, and then we'll have some live trading this week on YouTube. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I can't wait to see you guys in the private group. I'm grateful for you guys even tuning in and watching my stuff. Happy to help. Happy to help you level up as traders. And have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Sunday. All right.